You are on the Transparent FX Academy. I'm Nick, and I'm a top author on TradingView, and in today's video, we will be breaking down a pair both from a technical and an order flow perspective to understand where are the best probabilities for a trading opportunity on the pair to obviously be capitalizing on it. So the video will be both very educational and practical, so without further ado, let's get straight in it. Okay, so the pair that I want to speak about today is NZD CAD, and the reason for which I want to speak about NZD CAD is because the market just followed exactly what we wanted to see from our previous analysis, so it's time to make an update and see where the next opportunity for the pair is. Now, as usual, I will keep the analysis as educational as possible, so first I will be covering the technicals of this pair. We will then go and see what we have from an order flow perspective, both on the NZD and on the CAD, to check what the biggest banks and institutions are currently doing on these currencies, because with the commitment of traders, you have the information on what hedge funds and non-commercials in the market, so the big speculators in the market, are doing. And obviously, if you're able to follow them, you do have an advantage over your competition in the market. And by the end of the video, you will also know what kind of opportunity we can be looking for on this pair. Now, starting here from the monthly time frame, what we can see. Now, from a monthly perspective, we have a market which has just tested a very strong monthly trend line. And by tested, I actually mean retested after the market broke above it. In fact, starting from this high, the market had created this very strong bearish structure, and the market tested this trend line in multiple occasions, always respecting it as a very strong monthly resistance. But the market broke back above the area with this very strong impulse to the upside. And as you know, our resistance zone in the market, once it is broken to the upside, is turned support. So if this trend line was resistance, once the market broke it to the upside, at that point it was turned support. And the market went and tested it, exactly as we usually want to see in these situations, before creating this continuation to the upside. Now, if we also look at the horizontal structure that the market had at this area, we can see that we had previous monthly resistance here, which was turned support after the market broke and retested the confluence of this previous resistance turned support with the bearish trend line, which was as well turned support. So inside of here, we had two confluence layers, which obviously create a confluence of support zone, which you definitely do expect the market to reject to the upside after you get the retest of the area. So on the monthly, everything has been happening exactly as you expect in this kind of situations. And now that the market has created this impulse, what you can expect is a new retracement, because in general, in the market, after an impulse, you always expect a retracement for the market to grab some more liquidity. Going down on the weekly time frame, what do we have? Now, on the weekly time frame, we have quite interesting price action as well, since the market has just created this overextended W formation. Now, after an overextended W formation, so after an impulse, correction, lower low and higher high, what you expect is for the market to create a retracement at least to the 0.382 of the Fibonacci taken on the impulse leg. So you expect the market to retrace at least to this 0.382 here before creating the continuation to the upside, because the 0.382 is the first completion zone of an overextended W formation. So what we do expect is for the market to create even a deeper retracement. Why a deeper retracement? Because, as we have just said, if we want to measure the correction from this impulse, we have to take our Fibonacci from the low to the high of this impulse. And we consider the market still hasn't retraced to the 0.32 of the Fibonacci taken on this impulse, which means that we can definitely expect a deeper retracement from this impulse to go and test at least this area here. Going down on the daily time frame, what do we have? Now, on the daily, we have quite interesting price action. Now, first of all, I had spoken about NZD CAD quite a few times in the past. I spoke about NZD CAD after the market had created this W formation, and I made a full breakdown of it when the market was here, explaining all the reasons for which from here first we wanted to see a retracement, and then from here the continuation to the upside, and that is exactly what the market did. Then I spoke about NZD CAD again after the creation of this overextended W formation, and I made a full breakdown explaining all the reasons for which from here we wanted to see this move to the downside, and again, that is exactly what the market did. Then we had the creation of this head and shoulders pattern, and the market followed exactly as we wanted to see. Then we had the creation of this overextended W formation, and I made another breakdown when the market was here, explaining all the reasons for which from here first I wanted to see a retracement, and then the continuation to the upside. And again, that is exactly what the market did. Then I spoke about NZD CAD when the market was here, and I explained why I wanted to see the market break this support to the downside, go for a retest of it, and create the continuation, which is exactly what the market did here. Break, retest, and continuation to the downside. And with the very last analysis, I spoke about NZD CAD when the market was here, explaining why from here I wanted to see the retracement at least to the 0.32 of the Fibonacci taken on this impulse, which is in fact exactly what the market has just done. And by the way, I will link all this previous analysis in the description, so you find everything linked below, so you can go and check it out for further reference and more free education. Just a quick reminder, make sure you comment below and you let me know which pairs or topics you would like me to cover or analyze in the next videos. But at the moment, what do we have and how we can be looking to capitalize on the next move for NZD CAD? Now, before I show you that, so what we can be looking, how we can be looking for the next opportunity on NZD CAD, let's first go and see what we have from a COT perspective, so commitment of traders, which is what hedge funds are currently doing in the market. Now on the NZD, what we can see? Now on the NZD, we can see that hedge funds have been building pretty massive long positions. In fact, we went from having 3.3k net positions all the way up to having 9k net positions, with an extra 571 long positions added with the last report and 175 shorts getting closed, reaching 32.8k long positions and 23.7k short positions. So the NZD has been getting very strong, and we definitely have seen this reflected in the price action with the massive move to the upside that we wanted to see from the first place. But now we have reached 32.8k longs, which is one of the highest values that we had so far, which means that some profit taking is very near. We need to see some profit taking from an institutional perspective, which is exactly what we have already started to see with this move to the downside. And we have very good probabilities that with the new report, we will see many longs getting closed from some institutional profit taking on the longs that institutions have on the NZD. And if we go and see what we have on the CAD, we can see that even though we have quite low net positioning overall, on the CAD, we have seen some pretty strong strength this trading week across all markets, all pairs, which means that definitely we should see with the new report some longs added on the CAD from an institutional perspective, which is exactly what we need if we are to be looking for a potential shorting opportunity. Because going back to our technicals, we already have seen that from a weekly perspective, we want to see the market hit this downside target. And now on the daily, we have an impulse and a correction. And in general, in the market, after an impulse and a correction, you want to see the continuation to the downside for the creation of a lower low. So after this impulse and correction, we can be looking for a nice shorting opportunity. And how we will be doing that with students. Now, as usual, we will be reactive and not predictive, because the monthly, weekly, and daily timeframes combined with the COT data are the best timeframes for the directional aspect of the market. But the best timeframe for confirmations and entries, that is the 4 hours. So during this move to the upside, what we will be doing with students is monitoring price action from a 4-hour perspective. And if we go now down on the 4-hour time frame, what we can see that everything is still bullish. And until everything will remain bullish as it is right now, the market will easily continue to the upside. So at the moment, we cannot be looking for any kind of shorting opportunities yet, because everything is clearly bullish. So with students, we will be waiting for the market from a 4-hour perspective to shift from a bullish market as we have right now to a bearish market. And only after the market will shift from a 4-hour bullish to a 4-hour bearish market, only at that point we will be adding NZD CAD to our watch list, and as soon as the market will provide to us one of our valid entries with students, we will be taking a nice short with a very good risk to reward and very good probabilities at that point for the move to the downside and completion for the daily impulse correction and impulse patterns to the downside and completion of the overextended W formation that we have from a weekly perspective, as we have already seen previously. If you enjoyed the video, make sure you smash that like button and comment below. It really does support the creation of more free analysis, education, and updates for all of you. You can also go and check out the mentorship program. You find the link in the description. It's a very complete program. You first learn all the rules of my rule-based strategies, and then you trade them live with me. Every single day you get a new daily market breakdown showing you exactly how to apply the strategies with entries, stops, take profits, as well as having me answering all your questions every single day. So I really suggest that you go and check it out, and I will see you in. The link is in the description.